Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Just want to show a quick little haul that I found at the Peddlers Mall in Winchester. It's about 45 minutes from here, 40 minutes maybe. And was actually just up there to meet my folks because I'd been up there Friday night ricking up some wood for them. And I'd taken my tennis shoes and I'd taken my work boots off. Well, when I left my work boots, and I would have needed my work boots tomorrow. So I was like, well, I'll have to go back up. But fortunately, my dad was taking up my mom for her birthday, which is actually Wednesday, but he was taking her out to the Peddlers Mall because she likes going to those and the mini malls and all that. So they called and said they would just meet me up there and I wouldn't have to come all the way back, which I told them they didn't have to do that, obviously. But they were kind enough to do that. So while my wife and I were up there, I said, "Hey, we're at Peddlers Mall. I know they got comic books in here." So. But that two or three dealers. One guy's got like most of his stuff, behind the glass cases. And one thing I'm not really crazy about. I understand, you have to go get someone to come open the cases up and look at all, but there is no prices whatsoever on any of those books, and lots of great silver and Bronze Age stuff. Albeit probably overpriced, but you couldn't see like any kind of price even on the ones on front. So I just found a couple dealers where they had like some boxes of dollar books and $2 books, and so I got a few and got something else here. I'll show, but anyway, long story short, I'll show you a few things I picked up. Nothing, world shaking, but just the stuff I liked. Uh, Actually, I don't collect this book, Mantra, but it was in a 2-pack with another book that I wanted, and it was just $1 for both books. So thought, I'd go ahead and pick it up. So anybody that collects Mantra, here you are. But this is one I was wanting to pick up. I know I had a few issues of this, and I always wanted to complete the series. The Rand Thanagar Holy War by Jim Starlin. Ron Lim did the pencils on this, and I just love these cosmic things that Jim Starlin did, But a lot of my favorite characters. I mean, you got Hawkman, Adam Strange, Captain Comet, which I found out while thumbing through this. This is not actually the Captain Comet. This is just Comet. He's like the nephew of Adam Blake or something. I'm not sure. Wasn't even aware of that character. So, I'll have to go and investigate all that. But Captain Comet, I love. Adam Strange, I love. You got Animal Man, Starfire. You got Prince Gavin, Starman. You got Bizarro. Bizarro, I'm not on this cover. But anyway, I just wanted to try to complete that series. So I think I've got about half of them now. So this is a book that I already had, but I didn't have this cover, which I'm not real big on variant covers unless it's an artist I like, and that was the case. But you remember all the stuff Dynamite put out, the Superbarrows Project, and all of the originals I think were Alex Ross covers. But this is a great story, that goes through a bunch of books just a few years ago. But this is a Michael Turner cover. And a big fan of Michael Turner's work. Sadly, he's no longer with us. Passed away at a young age. I think he was just in his late 30s, but just a phenomenal creator and artist. But a lot of great Golden Age characters. This is a great story. I would highly recommend, and you can find these books cheap. So, found a Charlton for $1. Wouldn't pass this up. Got a little chip out of the top, but otherwise, pretty decent comic. Fighting Marines, number 126. Shout out to Easy Comic Reader on this one. And these last three, I'm trying to amass some appearances of like the old Archie MLJ characters, the Crusaders, the Shield, the Fly, the Jaguar, Flyman. And here's one that I did not have. I've seen it a lot, and I don't know why I never had it in my collection, but this is the Crusaders #1 from the imprint Impact Comics from DC. I've got probably, I don't know, probably half of the stuff that Impact that they printed. I wasn't a huge fan, but I didn't have the Crusaders, and I always loved the team. You know, I mean, this is a great cover by Dan Jurgens. The art inside, I think, was Rags Morales, and somebody else did the finishes on it. But it was a really good story. So I'll be trying to find all the rest of these, and it's actually got some trading cards on the inside, so that's pretty cool. So like I say, I'm trying to amass, at least to a certain point, appearances by all the blue ribbon characters, I guess you could say. Speaking of which, a couple more I didn't have. Archie Adventure Series Blue Ribbon Comics number 8, featuring the Black Hood. I think this is a cover by Rudy Nebres. Got some great art by Gray Morrow. It's got a pinup by Alex Toth. And the last story in it is got art by Neil Adams and Nick Giordano. So for $1, yes, I will pick this up. I'm glad to have that. And last but not least, I'm trying to get all the short-lived little Red Circle comic group imprint run from the early 80s, 83, 84. So this is the Shield Steel Sterling number 3. And this is a little bit confusing because this is actually the first issue of this, even though it's number 3. The first 2 issues were called Lancelot Strong, the Shield, I guess. There's Steel Sterling. Yeah, I think it was Lancelot Strong was the name of it. I think that's what I looked at. But anyway, a lot of great art in this one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Lancelot Strong, the Shield, the first 2 issues, and then it went from that to Shield, Steel Sterling, and then to just Steel Sterling. But a lot of great art. Here's Alan Weiss, one of my favorites, and he didn't do a whole lot of, as far as interior art, he didn't do a whole lot of superhero stuff, but Alex Nino, one of my favorite artists, again, did the art on these, and so yeah. Pretty excited to get this, for $1, good stuff. And last but not least, I couldn't pass this up. I'm not a big Funko Pop guy. I've got maybe 2, 3, 7. This makes only the 8th one, but I had to get this one. One of my favorite characters. I love Jack Kirby. Love all the stuff he created at DC in the early 70s. So here we have Etrigan the Demon, or Etrigan, however you want to pronounce it. So pretty cool. $5, in new shape, so can't beat that. So really happy to have that. All right, guys, that's all I got this round. Going to be uploading another video after this one, and so stay tuned. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Onward and upward. And remember, before I get off here, so just keep that in mind. Come to me.